All right. Here we go. I'm still doing the champion training. There's been nothing but champion training going on for the last 24 hours for me. Although I need to get into the Fire Knights. I need to get into the Fire Knights dungeon. So, still got my second account here on the phone. Still haven't figured out a better way to do that just yet. Somebody was talking about how RSL Helper can allow you to run 2 instances of Plarium Play, which would be good. So I could look into that. But for right now, I just haven't had the time. This week's been extremely busy. So yeah. Now, Sun isn't with me just yet. He will be here in a bit. He's handling the final touches of a video, and then also he's got some stuff going on at the house there, or at the apartment. So he's got to deal with that, but he'll be joining us. Unfortunately, we can't really do takeovers without him too easily. We can try. I can certainly handle some of the stuff. We can get people squared away if we have to. It'll be a little bit less of a smooth stream if we have to do it that way. But you know, life intrudes sometimes, and we need to adjust. So we'll make do. Hello, everybody. McKiller, welcome. Steve, Captain Volcano, hi. Tanang, good evening. Ian Godwin. We've got Team Colred in the house. Great Dane is back. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Jacob, hey. All right. So it is Takeover Tuesday. It is my favorite day of the week. I love Takeover Tuesdays. They're so much fun for me. I really enjoy this stream. Our new versus pro series is a lot of fun too. I do enjoy Saturday streams, but this is just like, this is the kind of stuff that gets me going. I like rebuilding champions. I like finding solutions to puzzles. And that's basically what Takeover Tuesday is all about. People are like, hey, I have a puzzle. Can you help me solve it? I'm like, absolutely. Absolutely. This is what I want to try to do. So, yeah. Now, there's a lot going on in the game. We just heard about the Halloween Fusion. And the Halloween Fusion, at first, I wasn't too stoked on the guy. Timid the Fool. I'm starting to come around on him. I didn't think he was bad. I thought he was interesting. But the more I think about it, the more I think that he might be pretty cool. And I think he's going to be very good if you can get his duo, assuming the duo is also good. Now, in this kind of scenario where you get a fusion and then there's a duo that launches with that fusion, a lot of times the fusion is the lesser powerful, like the less powerful of the pair. So the other champion is typically the bigger win, I guess, the bigger, prize. I'm pretty sure that's what happened with Corrado, Fox Hunter, and Yumiko. When they launched, they got I think Corrado was a fusion, but maybe he wasn't. I think he was a fusion. Anybody remember if Corrado, Fox Hunter was a fusion? He's not a fusion I completed. But yeah, so we'll have to wait and see, what she's all about. Yeah, Great Dane says, wait, you got a Lego. We'll talk about that in a minute, too. Yep. Good eye, though. Right there. There she is. Raka. Void Lego. It was very funny. We'll talk about that in a little bit. When Sun gets here, I think. But yeah. So I'm training her up as we speak. She is an orc, which is good because I think the orcs faction crypt is open today. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you've started your fusion warm-up event. Make sure you're getting the points there, so you don't want to miss out on those free Halloween points, which are quite nice. This is a little bit funny. I'm getting a little bit of lag right now. And I was not getting lag before I started the stream. And in the last stream, we had a couple of moments of sort of technical issues with the stream. So I was hoping that was just a temporary thing, but it may be that there's something going on here. Maybe some combination, some confluence of software usage and Wi-Fi and whatever else is going on with my computer, we'll have to see if this issue persists. So let's take a look at, yeah, so we got the Clan v Clan going on right now, which is
good on this end.
Yeah, it's looking good. Okay. Hello, son. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello, he says. There we go.
Interesting time.
Yeah. Sometimes. All right. So, yeah, we were just talking about, somebody noticed, Great Dan, of course, noticed my legendary. So I was gonna tell everybody about the legendary. So this is not surprising at all to me that this is how this went down. So we had the 2x Void Shard event this weekend, and Son and I pulled, and we put out our video. Now, one of the things that kind of got revealed at some point, probably during our last live Noob versus Pro stream, was the fact that I've somehow messed up my my daily quest. I haven't completed the daily quests twice in the 60 whatever days that we are now. And I don't know where the second one happened. I know the day the first one happened because it was a personal thing. Like, I couldn't be here. I couldn't actually play the game for most of the day. And so I missed. That happens. But then there was a second day that happened. I had no idea that it happened. And so as a result, I completed my monthly for the Void Shard 2 days later than Sun completed his. But it was still during the 2x Void Shard event. So it was like on Sunday with like 15 hours or left, something. I completed this. I got a Void Shard. And we were in Discord. And I thought to myself, like, I should probably record this. Like, you never know. Maybe I'll hit a good epic or something. And like, I'll want to record it. And I pulled it. And I was like, no. And he was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, no, that didn't just happen.
The dread in your voice. I was like, this is not the usual reaction of like, oh, you're just messing with me.
No, if I was messing with you, I would have been like, ooh, oh, wow. Oh, geez, that's really interesting. But no, I was just like, no. But I knew it. I knew it as soon as I hit. I was like, one, that I hit legendary. Obviously, it was gold. Two, that like I didn't record it. So, we lost the moment. So and then three, the champion that I pulled was like not exciting. She's not awful, but it wasn't like a name. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't even a champion that I like knew that much about. And so I'll show you who it is. I'll show you in the roster. So it's Raka Viletide. You can see I'm building her up just now. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use her. I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to use her. I will at least use her in faction crypts. I'm not going to not use her at all. But if you watched the Noob versus Pro stream, like, I was really hoping, son, that you would hit your legendary first. Because it would just
you and I both.
Yeah, just because it's your main account, whereas this is like my 14th alt account or whatever. But also because it just feels like this is one of those lucky things that can just transform the competition, right? Now, luckily enough, I don't think this champion actually does transform the competition very much. Like, she's not useless, but she's also not a huge like upgrade on my account. So if you look at her skills, her A1 heals the ally with the lowest HP by 10% of this champion's max HP. So this is a lot like Pythion's A1. So it's just an A1. It's just a normal hitter, but it heals an ally. Now, this is actually her only attack. So she does no damage. She has no benefits to her attack other than this heal. So you're not going to break Fire Knight's shield with this. It's not an overwhelming heal. So it's not like, you're going to heal the world with this A1. It's a relatively mediocre A1 for a Void legendary when this is her only attack. Now, her A2 is a cleanse. So it's an AoE cleanse, which is nice. Places an increased attack buff and a shield buff equal to 25% of this champion's max HP on all allies. So it's a decent sized shield and an increased attack buff and a cleanse. I have a cleanse on my Runekeeper Dazdurk. I have an increased attack on my Runekeeper Dazdurk. So this would bring me a shield, right? And that's all it's really bringing me that's new. Now, as a skill, it's not a bad skill. But again, is this a Void Legendary skill? It doesn't feel like it. That the increased attack buff doesn't synergize with anything else. It's a bit weird. But potentially, if you speed tune her into an arena team, right, you could get her to like in like a go second arena team almost with an attack based champion. Like she could cleanse your team, get your nuker and increase attack, and then have everybody have a shield so they're not as squishy because they've been hit once. I don't know. Maybe it seems like a strange skill. Like the three effects of this skill don't synergize well together. Now the A3 is a decent revive. This is a pretty good revive. Revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, then places a block debuffs buff on all allies for 2 turns, which you can place regardless of if you use it as a revive. So if there's nobody to revive, it's just a 2-turn block debuffs buff on a 4-turn cooldown. Okay, without the revive, it's not great. Like, it's underwhelming. With the revive, it's a pretty good revive. But again, Void Legendary here. Like, this just feels like... I mean, I could have pulled Ursula the Mourner, who's a Void Epic, and she's got a better revive. You know, so it doesn't feel Void Legendary-esque. This skill doesn't feel Void Legendary-esque. This skill doesn't feel Void Legendary-esque. None of them are bad skills. They're all usable. But, like, I don't have, like, a really good reviver, but I have Jamarsa, who has an AoE revive with 30% HP and 30% turn meter on a 5-turn cooldown. And then this one is 50% HP and 50% turn meter on a 4-turn cooldown. So it's slightly better than Jamarsa's. And she's a Void Legendary versus a regular Epic. So, and then the passive is at the start of each turn fills the turn meter of all allies by 10%. Now this passive, if this wasn't on a cooldown, if this had no cooldown, this feels like it would be very powerful. But the active effect is on a cooldown, and you have to book it to get it down to 2 turns. So once every 3 turns, she fills the turn meter of all allies by 10%, which is like hard to speed tune, right? Because it's every 3rd turn. But at least it's at the start of each round you would get it, except you have to be off cooldown. So it's not going to be that way every time. But if you use her in arena, right, at the start of her turn, she would fill the turn meter of all allies by 10%. So that could potentially be useful, at least in arena. And then at the start of each turn, places continuous heals. And so this, I think the passive effect is not on a cooldown. I think the active effect is where the cooldown hits, and the passive effect does not. If they remove this cooldown entirely, it would be cool. It would be a cool passive. But as it is, again, doesn't feel Void Legendary. And then ally speed in all battles by 19%, which is a nice aura. That's a nice solid aura. It's the same one Cardiel has, and he's a Void Legendary. So that's not bad. But again, not new to my account. I have High Katoon. Everybody has High Katoon at 30 days. I have Deacon Armstrong. So I've got this covered at least twice. So what is she bringing to my account? She's bringing a slightly stronger revive and 8 block debuffs. Now, block debuffs is not nothing. But for a Void Legendary to basically bring me block debuffs, I would have very happily taken a Sylar. I would have very happily taken, a Void Epic that could have added some value to my roster in a different way. So it's weird because I don't typically, I don't like to get down on pulling Void Legendaries. Like, I pulled a Void Legendary. It should be super exciting. And it's like, it's not a champion that suits my roster right now. And maybe I don't know about her enough. Maybe I don't know how strong she is. Maybe she plays out really well. If I remember correctly, her stats are legit. Her stats are not bad, right? Almost 20k HP. She's got 1134 attack and 1134 defense, plus 109 speed. And she's got the little bonus resistance, so 40 resistance. So none of these stats are bad. Nothing overwhelming, nothing bad. But I don't see where this is a Void Legendary. Now, Plarium has said that buffs are part of the plan for certain champions in the near future, and they're starting with legendary. So maybe Raka gets some love. Maybe somewhere in the next month or 2 or 3, they come back around to her and they're like, this doesn't feel like a void legendary. Let's give her a couple of extra boosts. Maybe they'll take the cooldown off of the passive. You know, maybe they'll add something to the A2 or A3 to make it a little bit more synergistic to like a team. Or maybe they give her a second attack. I don't know. So all hope is not lost, but she does not feel like a void Lego to me. And I'm just kind of disappointed that we didn't pull her during a stream. We didn't pull her during a video. You didn't get your legendary first. So I honestly don't know what to do with her. Right now, my plan is to run her up to level 50, use her in Orcs Faction Crypts, where she will be fantastic. Don't get me wrong. She's going to help me crush the Orc Faction Crypts. That aura is going to be great. The revive's going to let me 3-star everything. I'll build her nice and tanky, right? And she's just like the shield, the increased attack. All of that will play in Faction Crypts. So I don't want to say like she's not going to give me any value. She will. And I can do all of that with her unbooked at level 50. So a lot of value in just that one location. But the rest of it is just, I'm really ambivalent about that pull. And I'm trying to think like positively about it. It's actually kind of nice that I didn't pull an OP Void, because that would feel unfair. Do you know what I mean? Like that would just like if I pulled a Krisk, it'd be like exciting to get a Krisk, but it would also be like, hey, Noob v Pro is over, right? Like unless you get a really good pull in the next like 2 to 4 weeks, I'm just going to launch ahead. The other thing is I don't want a Void Legendary on this account that I really, really want on my main, because I'll just feel bad about that. You know, so like if I happen to pull a Krisk or an Acrizia or a Yumiko or a Riho Bone Spur or, you know, a Marishka or something like that, I'd be just disappointed that I didn't have that champion on my main. So this, I'm not disappointed about this, not having this champion on my main. But at the same time, I'm not like jumping out of my seat with joy either. So I don't know. How do you feel about it? Like, how does it affect your perception of the noob versus pro experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of hit it on the nose there. If you would hit like a Krisk or just something crazy, I would have been like, well, I guess that's it. I mean, I can grind, but I don't know if I can grind hard enough to keep up with that. This legendary, I mean,
language,
I
sir.
think it's cool. What?
Language.
I didn't curse.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's okay. It's all right. I know that it's been a rough morning, man. Don't worry about it.
Was it grind?
No, don't worry about it. Keep going.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. Yeah, it's been a rough day. But I lost train of thought. But I think with this legendary, I mean, it's cool. Pull the Void Legendary. It's the first one on the account. But also, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a huge takeoff for you. So we're still kind of going at it.
Yeah. I mean, the truth is, any natural 5-star is valuable, right? Because you can very cheaply get them to level 50, put them in your faction crypt, and like just be stats. Even if their kit is awful, they're just stats sitting there on the roster, soaking up damage, applying some damage. You know, even if it's just her A1, that's her only hit. Like you can always do that. You can always find some utility out of a legendary in faction crypts. But outside of that, you know, you really need, like, you know, the philosophy we constantly talk about is you want a 6-star champions that bring you something that either you don't have anywhere else, or that is a significant upgrade to the champion you're replacing. And she doesn't do either for my account. So that's sort of good and bad. It's good because it means that the battle stays close, but it's bad in the sense that like I don't have any celebration. Like I don't have any big feelings of joy here. Like when I hit, I wasn't like, you know, usually you hit a Void Legendary, you're like, yeah, you go nuts. And then this one I hit, I was like, first of all, even before I saw what champion was, I was like, oh no, of course I hit during, you know, and part of me was like, I was dreading the actual reveal of the champion. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get my Yumiko right now. Like, I'm going to get my Yumiko on my 15th alt account. Like, that's what's going to happen. And then I saw this champion that I didn't really know that well. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, that's not awful. That's not awful. And then I looked at her. Now, so it's like, I'm in this weird middle zone where I'm between like unhappy and like, no, this is exactly the best way it could have played out for the Noob versus Pro series. Where it's not breaking the contest.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you had pulled one of those champions, I would have been really excited for you too.
Yeah, that would have been really fun, and we would have made some fun content about it. But yeah, I don't feel too bad about that. I almost wish I had hit like maybe even not a great epic, like just a usable Faction Wars epic would have been fine with me, or like a rare that you can build for like a reliquary tender or something, like, that you can build for a specific purpose. Just so we could still have that void legendary out there. Do you know what I mean? Just so I couldn't say, well, yeah, I pulled a void legendary already. It's not that great, because I think the building pressure of pulling the first legendary on either account was kind of building suspense. I wanted to see who that first one was going to be. I wanted that to happen during a video or a live stream, and then it just happened, like at 10 p.m. on a Sunday or whatever time it was, and it's just like, so. But anyway, okay.
I'm getting my vindication in the chat. The sleuths are going. They went back. I did say if I can grind, but I guess I slurred it so it sounded like the F word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was so confused. I'm like, I definitely did curse, but my blood pressure and adrenaline has been going for like 2 hours now, so that's probably why things are not coming out the way I intended them to.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I accused you of a crime you didn't commit.
My broken heart.
All right, I want to get into chat for just a second here. Let's say hello to some people. Tanang is around. Chancellor Gill. We got Oars. Ian Goldwyn is here. Hoax819. Hello. Suzanne Johansson is back. Welcome back. Cool Ishan Gamers. Hellos. Cross Country Ant. Welcome. OG Stamp. Demon King. Biggles. We got Mr. Burrito Slayer. That's quite a name. I like that name. Hi, Cole. Love your content and appreciate the way you speak concisely. Thank you. Thank you. I try. And so does Sun. He helps me speak concisely. Shock is back. Hey, Colred. No Sun POV. I pulled Walking Tomb Drink. Congrats, Shock. By the way, Shock, your clan account is 7 days inactive, sir. So if you want to stay in the clan, I highly suggest you get some points into our CVC. Not that I want to necessarily kick you out, but I know it's an alt. So, we have players who are asking for spots there. So 7 days inactivity is one of those things we've been friendly about it. But it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. Gaming King Thurbon 33 says, I've just liked your stream and video plays. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Go ahead and if you want, smash the like button for the stream. Let's get it out there. It's Takeover Tuesday. No me today, says Sun. Yeah, we just hear his lovely voice. He doesn't have to stream today. Let's see. Demitha would have been a great pull. Consta Coconi, hello, welcome. Tributor, welcome back. Femoral, welcome back. Good to see everybody. Dread, hello. All right. I don't know how to say Packard. He said, if I can grind, not the F word. Okay, gotcha. If I can grind. That's what it sounds like. I gotcha.
Yeah. I was, if I could grind, I don't know if I can grind hard enough to keep up if you pull the Krisk, but I try.
You try.
I give it my best.
Yeah.
I try real hard.
Live Wild, Wicked Gaming, Shukarian, Cooking, Icky Ray, everybody, welcome. Fat Dave 3000, hey. OG Stamp says, seems like you don't want to beat Sun all that much. No. Crushed the noob. Yeah. So here's the thing. I personally would be very happy to crush him into dust. It would be satisfying. I don't mind that at all. but it's not good for the content. You know what I'm saying? It's not good for the closer the battle, the more the suspense. I mean, so sometimes I hold back a little bit. Sometimes I don't play that much. I get it. Let him get a lead a little bit. Get him out in front. You know, it looks like he's starting to pull away, and then I close the distance and I get right back in it. And then, you know, we'll see what happens next. No, I'm
just gonna say one word: convenient.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's real.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody really loves to see the underdog just get beat down out of the gate. They want to hope. They want to root for the underdog, you know, and the noob against the pro is the underdog. So, I mean, realistically, it's Colred plays, right? Like, it's my YouTube channel and people are rooting against me on my own channel, you know, so it's like, that's the reality of the situation. But no, I don't want to be portrayed as the bully here. So we got to keep Sun in it. You know, if I got to prop him up a little bit, that's okay. Okay, Chancellor Gill's hoping for a takeover. Shock says, got to go build my Fane and run Fire Knight for triple regen on my main first, Colred. Well, if you got it, you got it. All right, so do we have the Wheel of Takeover set up, by the way? Son.
Sorry?
Do we have the Wheel of Takeover set up?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you haven't done this before, if you haven't seen this before, if you are new to the stream.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so yeah. So if you are new to the stream, this is the way this works. So you need to join the Discord community. The invite link is in the description of this video. It's also on my main YouTube page. Join the Discord community. It's going to take you 10 minutes before you can actually chat. Now, once you can chat, what you want to do is you want to go down. There's a category called Coaching Corner. And you want to go down there. There is a chat channel called The Wheel of Takeover. Sun has put a message there. All you have to do is react to the message. You don't need to respond. You don't need to type anything. All you need to do is go ahead and like click one of the emojis and just respond with an emoji that you like. That will enter you into the drawing. Then we'll spin the wheel, and then the winner will get a free takeover here. The way the takeover works is you have to pass me your account information. I will log into your account. You will join me in the Discord channel that we have set aside. You're going to type to me some of the things that you want me to do on your account. If you want me to check out your Fire Knight team, or if you want me to check out your Clan Boss team, or you want help in Arena, or whatever it is. Maybe you just want advice on who your next 6-star should be, or you want me to, you know, do a gear cleanse. I don't know. I haven't done a gear cleanse on Takeover Tuesday yet, but you know, that's something that we could do. So we would do that. And you know, you would communicate that to me, and then I would try my best to help you out. And typically takeovers take anywhere from like 45 minutes to maybe a little bit over an hour, unless you're Mr. Fudan and you get a 2.5 hour takeover for some reason. As far as repeat winners are concerned, we have a 90-day like moratorium, so you can't win 2 times in 90 days. So if you've won before and you're just here to hang out and watch and cheer other people on, that's great. And hopefully we'll get through about 3 takeovers today. That'd be nice. So I'm going to let everybody get a couple of minutes to get into Discord and go ahead and react to the wheel, all of the new players. So we'll go in about 10 minutes. So I hope that was clear. If that wasn't clear, in chat, go ahead and ask, you know, your questions. And if I don't see it, then Sun will get back to you. Okay.
Yep. I spam those instructions all the time. I've got a little macro for it now.
There you go. Perfect. All right. Yep. Something about, I don't know what it is. Something about this setup with the stream makes things run a little bit more slowly. What are these boots? No good. Yeah, so in the events, we've got the Fusion warm-up event, which is nice. The Fusion warm-up event is easily the most friendly event in the entire game. And when they added it, I was very happy. I thought, you know, this was a very, very cool thing to do, especially for free-to-play players. I don't understand what's happening. Why is everything slow? There we go. Yeah, but so all you have
If
to
you're in the
do,
raid events, it's slow for me too. I don't know.
all you have to do here is, level up a couple of 6 stars to like level 8 each day, or 5 stars, 3 5 stars to level 8, or 1 4-star to level 12. And you get your 15 points. You do that 4 days in a row, and you get all of these resources for totally free. And this is a lot of Halloween points. They really decided to give us a ton of Halloween points here. 240 Halloween points is ridiculous. That's incredibly friendly. I don't want to say generous, because I don't think it's generous. I do think it's friendly. But yeah, and then the Dungeon Divers event is still ongoing. And all I'm doing is champion training for this. I haven't really run any dungeons yet, but there is a bunch of Halloween points here I would like to get. And the Primal Quartz, Ancient Shard, and Skill Tome would be nice. And it doesn't seem like these are out of reach either at 4,500. So I might have to switch over to Fire Knight for the last 12 hours or so, maybe 10 hours of this, and try to knock this out. So I'll probably end up with around 1,200 points by the time I have to switch gears. And then the other reason to switch gears is for this Fire Knight tournament that we'll eventually see here. The Turn Attack tournament. Now, this will be interesting because with the Turn Attack tournament, we have 4 factions to choose from. What's up, son?
You're breaking up a bit now.
I am breaking up a bit.
So there might be something going on with the connection.
Might be something going on with my internet.
Yeah. Either it's you or it's me.
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay. Let's see if we can redo this maybe. It might be my connection. Nah, I didn't have any issue before the stream started.
Yeah, it's going for a little bit, then it starts spinning like it's loading, and then.
All right. My OBS seems to be doing fine. Let's see if there's a
Beauty
setting.
of technology.
If there's a
If
setting
your
over
OBS
there.
is doing fine. That you were breaking up in Discord too, so.
Yeah. So it's probably my internet.
If you're breaking up in Discord too, probably internet. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see anything that would cause a problem, and we weren't having a problem before. So yeah, let's try something here. Doing a little bit of a test here just to see if there's a problem.
Your internet's got to get those substats, man.
Right?
Did not land on that speed substat roll.
Yeah, it is a little bit slow actually. It's not that slow. It's about 20% less than what it would normally be in terms of the server response that I'm getting from my IP. My ISP, sorry, not my IP. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is this, because this is going to be an issue with accounts if I'm logging in and out of accounts, and this is going to take forever. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a reset here. I'm going to do a reset of the stream. I'm going to reset my computer here. And so what I would suggest everybody do is get into the Discord, make sure that you've reacted there. We still have like a few minutes to wait for anybody who just joined. And so, unfortunately, I think I have to kill the stream and restart. We haven't had to do that before, but I want to make sure that we can actually get into accounts and that people can see what's going on. So I will be back in about, I don't know, call it 5 minutes. Let's hope for 5 minutes. See you in a little bit.